We are at Cruise America and we're gonna pick up our RV today. Woohoo! We're in the RV now. Let's adjust to the darkness. There we go. That's the kitchen. Sherry's in the kitchen.
The Sherry.
Yay! I finally get a Sherry! I never get a Sherry on any of my cruises, but I have a Sherry for Cruise America. So that's a bed back there. Bathroom, closet, fridge.
And freezer.
And freezer. Nice. And storage up there. This will turn into a bed. We have been given like personal kits, so pillows and blankets and stuff. And then this is another bed up here. And here's the driving cabin. Also, we could sit here with seatbelt. Adam's vlogging.
Whoa.
Vlogception. We're in the RV. Sherry is behind us somewhere in her car. We're going back to the house to get our stuff, our bags, our food, because we left everything at home. We're gonna load up there, leave Sherry's car there, and then we're going to head to Talkeetna. We'll be on the road on the way. It's so exciting. Are you ready?
Yes, unbelievably excited.
Adam just started his vlog for this trip, and I have kind of already started mine. But we have the RV packed up, and I'm pointing because this is it. This is the RV. We're getting ready to go. We're gonna go to Talkeetna. We're gonna have dinner somewhere in Talkeetna. And then I think we're gonna stay in Denali tonight. There's a sprinkler sprinkling me right now, but we're gonna stay in Denali at one of their campgrounds. And so that's where we're gonna be tonight. But you're gonna follow along as we go on this adventure. I'm so excited, so yay! Making a pit stop. This was just kind of my idea. We were driving down the road. I looked up and I saw a brand new shiny Krispy Kreme. That one. It's so pretty. It just opened May 26th. I don't know why this gets me really excited, but donuts get me really excited, and also Wasilla is so pretty. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna get some donuts, because why wouldn't you get donuts? Sherry's locked in. Whoops, so pretty. Like, look at those sprinkles. It's so cute. Still in Wasilla, and this public park lake looks like a hot spot.
Great.
You may be able to tell by this road sign. We are in Talkeetna now, and we're walking from the RV. We had to park way back there, but we're walking to, what would you call it, like the main drag of Talkeetna?
Yeah.
And the mosquitoes here, monstrous. This is it. It's so cute. Sherry has just informed me that this is the Alaska state flower, the forget-me-not, and the shopkeeper just told us that that is a second kind over there. Another thing I love about Talkeetna already is all the dogs. There are dogs everywhere. So many dogs, so many kinds of dogs, and everyone is letting me pet their dog. We're going to be having dinner there in a few minutes, but right now it's so busy, so we have our name on the list. So we're just kind of checking out Talkeetna. We walked by a museum that's closed, and we went into a gift shop. We're gonna go in here because I need a sticker for my water bottle. So we are seated at the Denali Brew Pub, and this is their beer and cider menu, and they only serve Denali Brewing Company beer and Alaska Cider Works ciders, and they also have some cocktails made with Denali spirits, and that's what these are. But this is the flight that I ordered, and it's really cool because it's almost like bingo. They laid out the beers on the squares that they are, so it's really easy to remember which one is which, and I'm really excited about this pink one right here.
It's an Alaskan jambalaya. Wow. Sherry went with the Twister Creek burger with fries, and Auburn went with the Twister Creek burger with a side Caesar.
So we had dinner. You can see Adam and Sherry back there. And we are getting ready to leave Talkeetna because we've still got to drive, what is it, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
2.5 hours. Yep.
2.5 hours to Denali, to the campsite for tonight. And that is the plan. I'm not sure how, but I can actually see my breath right now. But anyway, it's really not all that cold. But we're here at the Denali Lookout Point North. So it's the northern Denali Lookout Point. And there's Sherry, isn't she pretty? But it is actually 10:15 at night. And that white spot, that's the sun. Here's our RV, and there's actually a bunch of people here. It's so beautiful, and I guess Denali should be out there, but we can't see it because the thunderstorm actually just rolled through. Well, rainstorm just rolled through, which is what those clouds are. That's all rain back there. Mountains always remind me of the Lord of the Rings. We haven't seen much wildlife today. Adam said he saw 3 moose earlier. We were driving and we passed a lake on the lake was on the right side of the vehicle, and he says he saw 3 moose in the lake. I didn't see them, but that's basically all the wildlife we've seen. No bears, nothing else other than the 3 moose that Adam saw. But I'm gonna try to keep a tally if I can, if we see anything else. I'm not even really sure where we are right now.
This is a place for us to try to get, oh, sorry.
It's 11 o'clock at night, and we're still driving to our campsite in Denali. I just saw moose on the side of the road. And then there was this place to pull out and take pictures or camp overnight if you want, without hookups obviously. Bye car! But it's so pretty out here, and it's us and 2 other cars parked here and 2 cars on the road. I hate to say now I get the fascination with Alaska, but like Anchorage just doesn't do it for me. The train?
Yeah.
Good morning, internet. You can tell I'm not in the RV because that's it, right back there. We made it to Denali last night. We stayed in Riley Creek campsite and it rained. It's kind of chilly. I'm actually walking to the facilities right now. I'm gonna get dressed and wash my face, brush my teeth. Adam made pour over coffee this morning, which was really nice. And it's kind of chilly this morning. I don't even know, 54 degrees. That's pretty cold. And I'm in shorts, but that's okay. That's my fault. I'm in my pajamas. I slept okay. So I think this is the outhouse kind of thing. And it looks like there's more facilities back here. Since one of my favorite things is to give people weird recipes, I told Adam and Sherri about the way that I like to make French toast. I really like to make French toast with banana bread as the toast part of the French toast. And if you try this and you like it, I am happy. And if you try this and you hate it, well then maybe you should try my cinnamon eggs. We're about ready to leave the campsite and I'm in the driver's seat because I'm going to drive for a while today.
Oh geez.
I think we're going to drive into Denali,
to Savage River, which is about 15 miles in. There's a campground there. That's as far in as you can take your personal vehicle without like an actual Denali road like permit or reservation. So this is as far into Denali as the average person can go.
Cool. So we're gonna see what we can see. Adam saw 3 moose yesterday, all together. I saw 1 moose on its own, and then we found Sherri a moose also. So we all got to see moose yesterday.
Successful day.
Also, if you're wondering what this is, I hit my head. I'm okay. So I think we're about 10 miles down the park road. I've been driving and it's been going great. I really miss driving vehicles. It's a weird thing to miss, but it's true. I miss that. Also, I wanted to show you this view because it's just so pretty. So we came from this direction. And there's just mountains far away, and those shadows over there are mountains, but I think there's rain between us and them. And it's very peaceful, lots of birds. We haven't seen any wildlife. We've seen some squirrels, and this morning we actually saw hares or rabbits or whatever you want to call them, but no moose or bears or anything yet today. But this vehicle has a dog. So we have stopped already. Just a couple of miles out of like the road, the park road into Denali, there is this town, village, whatever. I'm looking at the Denali Princess Lodge. That building right across the street is the Princess Cruise Line Lodge that they have here in Denali, which is really cool. But of course, since they're not cruising, they also do not have the lodge open. So there's no one here, and this place is sort of like a ghost town. There's some shopping over here. This is a Subway, but it's closed. This boardwalk is really cool, kind of, you know, worn and very, very empty and not much going on here. It is 3:30 and we just parked the RV at the farmer's market here in Fairbanks. So we just got to Fairbanks and I got to drive the whole way here, and that's really cool. Face masks are required at this farmer's market. But I think we're gonna try to meet some people here, and I hear live music. From far away, there's one sticker that caught my attention, and it's this one right here. Is that me? So there's a lot of booths here, a lot of variety actually in the stuff that's available. You can really tell what's going on in the world by what some of these booths are selling, like masks. You can also tell that it's in the middle of a pandemic because none of these booths will let you in. They're all roped off. So you can look but no, not touch, and also you cannot eat here. All the food that you buy must be to go. So we got here at 3:30. It is now 4:22. We left pretty quickly. It closes at 4, this farmer's market, and we got to meet Alaskan Bears Vlogs. I will link to their channel in the description box. And they're really great people, and they brought their puppy, and it was really sweet to get to meet them. It is hot here today. Hot, hot, hot. And the sun is out, and it looks like there's some storms that way, and we're actually going that way to like camp for the night. I think we're gonna go check in at the campsite now. I'm just doing like a perimeter check of the RV to make sure all the tires are okay before we get on the road. I know we need fuel. I have no idea what the plan is. I am just here along for the ride. We're checking in really quick here at the campsite, and that's the office for the campsite. But I wanted to show you guys the sky. We've been watching the storm roll in, and it looks like it's going to be a big one because we've been seeing lightning coming out of these clouds. You can see the rain has started here in Fairbanks, and it's not really heavy rain, but we're about to go in and have dinner at House of Fire Pizza. So we're inside House of Fire, and so basically you order and they make the pizza in that beautiful pizza oven over there, and then you pay, and then I think they bring you the pizza when it's done. But it smells so good in here. Are you ready? Are you hungry?
It smells so good in here.
So we are here at the campground, and I'm not even sure what this is called, like River or something campground outside of Fairbanks. And we have a spot here on the end. So there are lots of other campers around us. So apparently camping is a big thing right now here in Alaska, and I can't really say that I'm surprised because it makes a lot of sense. You can't go anywhere else because of quarantine and COVID and travel health restrictions, so it makes a lot of sense people would travel by camping within their state. But we stopped. So we had dinner with Bert and Jessica Summers from Summers in Alaska, and so I got to meet them. I actually got to meet Bert recently, but this was my first opportunity to meet Jessica, and that was really cool. They're really great, really cool, really great people. So I will link to their channel in my description box. This campsite has a full hookup, so it has city power and water. There are no campfires here, so we will not be able to do s'mores tonight, but I think the plan is to stay inside and play a board game and drink some hot cocoa because it's a little bit chilly. As hot as it was earlier today, it is pretty cool tonight, but the clouds look really cool, so I want you to see these. Look how cool those clouds are. There was a big storm that passed through here earlier today, but it's passed by, and now it looks like it's gonna be nice. I think that's where I'm gonna stop vlogging tonight because I want to take a shower because we have water hookup, and I think we're gonna play board games and drink hot cocoa, so you'll see me tomorrow. Good morning. We have left the campground. We are actually outside a restaurant called the Cookie Jar. I'm wearing my Christmas t-shirt because we're going to North Pole, Alaska to Santa Claus house today, and that's really exciting. Adam's letting Sherri out back there. But the Cookie Jar for breakfast, and then Santa Claus house, and then we're gonna head back to Anchorage.
Peppers, it's got cheese in there. I got mine with cold fries. It looks pretty great. And rye toast, of course. Sugar pancake, side of bacon, Auburn, wet with French toast, and some different.
So we're back on the road after a late breakfast. That place was hopping, full of people, very busy, and that makes me happy for them. But I was also hangry waiting for our food. But at least I got some coffee. I'm blurry, that's okay. I ordered the cinnamon roll French toast. So this is like the vlog of French toast riffs, I guess. So you saw the banana bread French toast, and now you've seen cinnamon roll French toast, and I will say, I liked it, but my mom's cinnamon rolls are better. And this one was not cooked all the way through, so it's still doughy in the middle. It was yummy. Their cinnamon filling was good, but like the cinnamon roll itself was not the best cinnamon roll I've ever had. Unpopular opinion, probably, but my mom makes the best cinnamon rolls in the world, so you can't argue with me. Now we're on our way to North Pole, and we're gonna go to Santa Claus house. We made a scene in the restaurant because when we walked in Christmas sweaters, everybody looked at us like we were crazy, and I'm used to that. I don't know if they are. I am. It happens to me all the time, and quite honestly, I have a lot of fun when that happens. So, and now we're going to Santa Claus house, and it's raining. Oh, I can smell the Chinese food. We're pulling into North Pole, Alaska. Look at the candy cane streetlights. They're so cool. We're here, and we're also not the only ones here, and that's a really good sign. So we just got to Santa Claus house. I have my Santa hat on with my Disney pins, and I spy a reindeer. I'm so excited for this. I know it's a gift shop. I kind of don't care. I could live in a tent out here in the front yard and be happy because it's Christmas 24/7, and that just sounds amazing. I feel like I told you Santa won't be here, but if I haven't told you, Santa won't be here because of social distancing, so he's not scheduled to come back until July, but that's okay. They have a nutcracker display, and I'm in love with this guy in the middle. Mom, do you want me to bring him home? Also, I saw Minnie and Mickey nutcrackers. Cute. And a Coca-Cola Santa. There's a big Mickey. Lots of Mickey. This store is so sparkly and shiny and glittery. Oh, it's so pretty. You don't have to ask. Yes, I am in heaven. I'm so happy. I belong here among these things. I found the place where Santa hangs out. Sadly, he is not here. He's part of the at-risk population, so he has a pretty good excuse. But he has a beautiful tree, and his chair looks really, really comfortable. You can also get a peek into Santa's workshop here. Looks like the elves are really messy. Maybe the sweeping elves haven't come by yet. This is very interesting. They have some Harry Potter goodies and a Halloween section, which is very, very cool, with more Disney. Minnie and Mickey as vampires, it looks like. And some really cute little hats. It looks like this is the extent of the Halloween section in the Christmas store. Sorry, Santa Claus house. They also have Department 56 here, which is really cool because we actually have a very extensive collection of Department 56 at home. Mickey's Village. Lots of Disney here. So there are lots of punny things here. Finally made it into the apparel section. Dr. Moose. Mickey Moose. Clever. Some really cool shirts here. Oh, Minnie Moose. So they've got all these letters to Santa from kids, and they're really sweet. I remember when I was a kid and I was in elementary school, I went to, please forget the road noise, I went to Catholic school, and they actually made us write letters to Santa as an assignment, and then they would publish our letters to Santa in the newspaper, which I thought was genius because now all the parents know exactly what the kids want for Christmas. It was so cool. But then my mom would cut them out and actually keep our letters to Santa. So we still have my letters to Santa from when I was in the 2nd grade. It's really crazy. But speaking of letters to Santa, I have some letters not going to Santa. They're going home. So I purchased some postcards. And they're really cool. I think that you can actually color these. So I'm gonna be sending some postcards to my mom and my Aunt Kelly and my dad. They sell postage stamps at every register here. So you can actually mail these letters right here. Goodbye. I now have on a different Christmas, or a different sweatshirt. This one I got in there at the North Pole Santa Claus House gift shop. And now they've brought me to the Antler Academy of Flying and Reindeer Games. So I guess this is where they train Santa's reindeer. And they're really, really cute. I'm in the driver's seat again, and we are getting ready to go back on the road. We're gonna head back to Anchorage, but I think the plan is to stop for the night somewhere between here and there. I think we have a campground picked out. So we're just gonna start driving. And when we see something pretty, we will stop and take pictures. So we're just driving down the Richardson Highway, and we found this place to stop, and it's a beautiful little rest stop overlooking this lake, and it's so pretty. I could live here. It's near nothing, but it's just so pretty. So we thought we'd stop and take some pictures. I'm not sure if you can see him, but there's a fish in the water right there. I just walked down here to the water's edge and there's a little guy. Oh, and there's another one. They're little bitty fish, but there's fish in here. And the water is crystal clear. You can see the bottom. And you can see the lily pads. It's so pretty. This would be really fun to canoe. This is a really sweet, peaceful trail. And there's lots of pretty, like there's flowers over here and birds. It's just like a nice, short, peaceful nature walk if you need to stretch your legs after you've been in the RV for a while. Look how pretty those flowers are. This is actually the same flower that's growing wild in Adam and Sherri's garden. Okay, so we have stopped at another place to take pictures. Not very far from the other place, but we were driving down the road and in the distance I could see a moose standing on a sandbar in the water. And so I was like hitting Adam in the passenger seat. I was like, get your camera ready. And so we slowed down. It was like an incline, so we're going up in an RV, and I just like stopped in the middle of the road so he could, you know, I didn't block up any traffic, but we saw a moose, and I think he got it on camera for you, so you'll have to check out their vlog. But it was really, really cool because we got to see a moose in the middle of the day out just having fun in the water. Really cool. And this is where we are now. It's like a lookout point. And I think he's gonna get the drone out. So Adam is still fiddling with the drone, getting ready to launch it again, I think.
And Adam forgot he has to take the lens thing, like the lens cap off of the drone camera. So now it's take 3. Hopefully this will actually work now.
Look how pretty this is. And it smells so clean. If you look way back there, you can actually see mountains. And you know that's far away. Yep, you guys, we saw another moose. It was really cool. So now I think our moose count is up to 8. Woohoo! And I think we got one on camera for you guys. I don't know that we didn't get the other one on camera for you guys. And now we're in Delta Junction, and we're gonna get milkshakes because Jessica Summers told us to. So we are at the drive-in for milkshakes and cheeseburgers because it smells really, really good. And we're all hungry. We are seeing a very uniquely Alaskan thing. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm sorry.
We're seeing something right now that is very, very uniquely Alaskan. This is the Alaskan Pipeline. We basically paralleled the Alaskan Pipeline for a while on the road. And so we've got a great viewpoint of it. And I want to show you guys because it goes straight that way and I can see it going up the hill. It's really cool. Hold on. This is it right here. And then you can see it going all the way up the hill over there. It's so cool. Sherri's breaking the rules. She's on the other side of the fence. We've made another stop. And this seems to be like a gigantic parking lot. This is a place that I would tailgate. Also, there's a big fire pit over there behind Adam. And there's a nice little creek. And I'm throwing rocks. And there's actually somebody camping down there. But this is a really scenic area. We're just like going into the mountains. And it smells so good. I don't know what that smell is, but it smells amazing. Like fresh flowers. I think it was about an hour ago, we made a pit stop at Glenallen.
Glenallen, yeah.
And we got fuel, we switched drivers. My head wound is coming out to play. So Adam's been driving for about an hour, and it is so pretty out here. We're about 20 minutes from the camping site that we're gonna stay at tonight. It is 10:30 right now, p.m. And I wanna show you where we are because it's so pretty. So we came from this direction, and Adam is looking at a monument with words on it. It's a big rock. And it's so pretty. There goes a car. It's not ugly. We saw a glacier. It was far off, but we could see it from the road. But like, how can you say you're not a fan of this? The only thing about it is the mosquitoes. They're eating me. Okay, so we're at our campsite for the night. We've been here for a while trying to start a fire. And we had marshmallows. Adam and Sherri are roasting reindeer dogs.
Yep, reindeer dogs.
Finally got the fire started. And we have one neighbor, and that's all that's here in this campground. She's a celebrity, apparently. She's what, a meteorologist?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. She's a meteorologist. I don't know who she is. But she's really nice. She offered us firewood. But I think after this, I've got my feet in the fire and they're keeping warm because it's cold out here. After this, I'm going to go in and go to bed because I am tired. And then tomorrow we have to return to Anchorage and clean out the RV and return the RV. We're having coffee cake for breakfast this morning because it's super quick. Go ahead.
Oh,
It smells really good.
it does smell good.
Adam got us coffee at the cafe that's here in this RV park. Where are we staying? We're staying at
Grandview Cafe and RV Park.
You heard him. So it's really nice. They've got restrooms and showers here. Yeah, I think it's what, $3 for 9 minutes for a shower?
For a shower, yep.
We didn't use that, but we're about to get back on the road and head back to Anchorage so we can empty the RV and clean the RV and return the RV. But we may stop for some drone shots at Matanuska Glacier. So I got to drive again this morning, and just a couple minutes from the campsite, maybe 5 minutes from the campsite, is this photo opportunity for Matanuska Glacier, which is really cool. And so parked the RV, and we're gonna come out here and take a peek because we've been able to see it from the road since we left the campsite. Whoa. Okay, this is really cool. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys because this is amazing. Okay, so the white in the middle, that's a glacier. And the brown around it, actually, for a while is the glacier, not the mountain, but part of the glacier is dirty. This is really cool. Let's get closer. There's even a nature trail here. This would be a nice little walk if you'd been in the RV for a while to stretch your legs. That might be nice. It's kind of chilly today. So this over here, that's water. That looks like it is also, well, it looks kind of like a dried up riverbed. And then that looks like glacier runoff, but that is the glacier. Let's get around the tree. But this is the glacier. Now I think what Adam said was that this brown part is also glacier. It's just dirty, but the mountains behind are so pretty. It's kind of cloudy and overcast today, so you can't see the peaks of the mountains, but it's very pretty. Sherri's vlogging. Adam's getting the drone out. We found another really beautiful place to stop, and it's just a really very, very, very flat lake of water. And I am here at the water's edge. It is crystal clear water. This is the water's edge right there. It's a mirror. Hi. I don't see anything at all in the water. There's a big rock over there. There's something flopping around out there. Home now. We've actually got the RV pretty empty. Sherri and Adam are outside cleaning it, and I think they're gonna return it and leave me here because it is my job to return the kitchen to its proper state. Take a look at this though, it's really interesting. So we have a full jug of water that I think we're just gonna save for our next camping trip. Those are Adam and Sherri's bags. We also came home to a package. It says HalloweenCostumes.com. I think it might be more ears for us to work with for Sherri's Etsy shop because there's more coming in a launch maybe next month. Hint, hint. But this bag, that bag, that bag, and that bag all need to be emptied and everything needs to be put away. So that's my job while they're returning the RV. So we're home now, obviously, because I showed you the kitchen. I have everything put away, I'm unpacked, my laundry is sorted, so it's ready to go into the washing machine when Adam and Sherri are done with theirs. But I wanted to talk to you guys about, like, I took notes, okay? Kind of lame. Also, I wanted to show you the sweatshirt that I got. How cool is this? It's like embroidered Alaska with the dipper. It's really cute. So it looks like the Alaska flag, but I took some notes in my Padfolio. We learned some things on this trip that we are going to do very differently in July when we do the trip south. We did a lot on this trip. We drove almost 1,000 miles. So we went to Denali, Fairbanks, and then we took the Richardson Highway back. So if this is the route that we took, and this is Anchorage down here where my thumbs are, and this is Fairbanks up here, this is the Parks Highway, so Denali's up here, and this is the Richardson Highway. And I think that the Richardson Highway is so much prettier than the Parks Highway. And the drive felt shorter, even though it wasn't, but it just felt so much shorter, and we stopped a bunch of times, which was really fun because it was just nice to take it easy and take pictures and stretch our legs every once in a while. It was really great. But I wanted to share some of the things that we learned on this RV trip with you guys. Some of the things that we will do differently next time. Like next time on the next trip, we talked about taking it slower and doing less so we could actually see more. So I think the plan in July is to go to Homer and spend a lot of time in Homer instead of like hit and run kind of thing like we did this time. So it would have been nice to explore more of Denali, but we were on a time constraint this time. So I think we want to do that differently on the next trip. One of the first things we learned is that the toilet in the RV is very, very tall. It sits up on a box, and so Sherri's very short and it hit her at her hip. It was a very, very, very tall toilet. So, silly thing, but I would imagine for like small children, you would want to have a stool or something for them to like stand on. I also think that we should take Ziploc bags next time, because sometimes, like, we didn't make the chili, partly because of time constraints, but also partly because we didn't have anything to put the leftovers in. So if we had made chili, we would have had to throw away the leftovers because we didn't have anything to keep it in to bring it home. They provided dishes for us, and they were ceramic dishes, and they made a horrible clanking sound. This RV was so loud. The ride was just very, very noisy. So there was the rattle of the screen door, and the roads here are very bumpy because the weather is so extreme in the winter. So every concrete seam, the door would rattle, and then the dishes would rattle too, until we finally put paper towels between them to kind of cushion them, and then they stopped clanking, except the coffee mugs don't nest together, and so they just made a ton of noise the whole time, and it was just kind of annoying. We took paper dishes because we didn't want to have to wash dishes after every meal that we cooked in the RV, so we really didn't need the dishes that they provided us. So I think next time we will plan, if they give them to us again next time, I think we will just leave them here. They did provide us cookware, and that was very helpful. We didn't use all of the pots and pans, but some of them we did use, and that was very helpful. So, you know, I think we'll just go through and keep the things that we will use and leave the coffee mugs behind, and I don't know, maybe take the plates, maybe not, I don't know. There is an outlet over in the back by the bed. There's an outlet on the side of the microwave, and there is an outlet like above the cabin for the bed above the cabin. So there are outlets for each bed, and then the bed that's in the middle, I guess, would use the one in the kitchen beside the microwave. But they only work when the RV is parked and plugged into like ground or city power. So they didn't work all the time. The first campsite we were at Denali did not have any hookups. It was just basically a parking spot in the woods, which was great. It was very scenic, and it was very private, like the most private of all of the sites that we stayed at. But since there was no hookup, we could not charge anything overnight. So we stopped at a gas station and got like the car jack plugs, because there are 3 of the car jacks in the RV. There's 1 in the glove box and 2 in the front, and they work all the time. So we were able to charge while we were driving and overnight. When the RV was parked and had ground power, we were able to use the electric outlets as usual. There are no cup holders in the back of the RV, so if you have a coffee cup and you're in the back of the RV and you're driving, you have to hold on to it, or it will turn into a coffee all over the table and the chair and the floor kind of situation. And that happened to us today because Sherri's coffee cup spilled all over the floor. Not a big deal, but just kind of annoying, and then you have lost your coffee and it's sad. I will say the RV gets dirty. Like, the floor gets really dirty because you're in and out of the RV all the time, and there's no boot brush or anything to like wipe your feet off before you get into the RV. When we picked it up, there was actually a towel on the steps, and somewhere along the way that towel just disappeared from the steps, and so we still had it, but we didn't put it on the steps anymore. So we tracked lots of like dead grass and leaves and dirt and stuff all into the RV. So we swept twice, and it was just kind of filthy and gross. Also, if you have an atom that drops cheese puffs all over the floor, you're gonna have to sweep more frequently. We learned this the hard way. Mosquitoes can get into the RV through the air vents. So there was a skylight above the over cabin bed, and there was a skylight above the bed in the back of the RV. We opened the vents over the beds the night we were in Fairbanks when we were playing the board game, and at some point we realized that there were mosquitoes in the RV with us. We weren't sure how they were getting in, and they were coming in through the vent. So I think next time we'll just keep those closed and maybe open a window or something, but it was just a lot of mosquitoes in the RV with us. Not fun. Also, The light really seems to bother Sherri when she's sleeping, and the skylight lets in a lot of light. So I think next time we will take aluminum foil or something to cover that to keep the light out so she can sleep better next time. I got to drive the RV and I thought it was really easy to maneuver. I didn't have any difficulties. I have a lot of driving experience. I didn't have any difficulty maneuvering it into parking lots, out of gas stations. I didn't have any difficulty with that at all. I also think that this RV was the perfect size for the three of us. I'm glad that it was not bigger. I know that Cruise America has a bigger size that's 5 feet longer. I'm glad we didn't have that one. I think that one would be more difficult to maneuver, but as it was, we didn't have any issues. The size was perfect and we got around great in it. We didn't have any height issues. We didn't have any problems parking it anywhere. It was great. We had cell signal way more frequently than I thought we would. I didn't think we would have cell signal much at all. I was able to FaceTime my mom when we were in the Denali National Park, which was really cool. So I got to show her a little bit of the campsite and where we were in the Denali National Park. It's really neat. I think that's a pretty good summary of what we learned. We learned a lot on this trip and it was a lot of fun. I had such a good time getting to see so much. I saw so much of Alaska on this trip in 3 days. That was amazing. I do wish we had had more time. I think if we had had 5 days instead of 3 days, I think it would have been even better. I got to meet the Summers and that was really cool. I really loved the Santa Claus house, the North Pole. The Richardson Highway coming back was beautiful. And we got to see Matanuska Glacier today. It was amazing. I don't know that this trip has turned me into a camper kind of girl. I will say this was probably the best way that we could have seen this much of Alaska in such a short amount of time. Adam and Sherri are so easy to travel with. It was really, really fun. That's where I'm gonna end this vlog because I think that's all that's relevant with this Cruise America RV trip north through the Denali National Park to Fairbanks and back. So I think they call it the loop because it is literally a loop from Anchorage to Denali to Fairbanks and then over to like Delta Junction and then back to Anchorage. Really, really fun. That's where I'm gonna end this vlog and you will see me very, very soon. Bye.